Yo, it's me, Doncho, and welcome back to the Hideout, you guys. I'm so glad you guys can make it. And as you know, we're doing another Jujutsu Kaisen chapter review / discussion. And today it'll be chapter 134, Shibuya Incident Part 51. 51. This is one of the longest arcs I've seen, labeled with parts. But like it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. But as usual, if you like this content, if you like Jujutsu Kaisen, please hit that sub button. You know what I'm saying? Vibe with your boy. Come back to the Hideout. You know we be having our fun. If you like the content that you see in this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Even if you don't finish the video all the way, it is very much appreciated. And if you got any comments, leave those below. But before we get into anything else, intro. So, chapter 134, part 51, the Shibuya incident, and right off the bat, we're starting off with some crazy information about maximum techniques, okay? So basically, for anyone that's not completely understanding what the maximum technique explanation was about that we got from Brain-kun, aka Getwo, aka Noritoshi Kamo, I told y'all niggas, if y'all don't remember from last week, play clip last week, I really think Getwo was Noritoshi Kamo. If you look at that panel of Noritoshi Kamo, right, and you look at that, and you look at how Getwo just looked when he rolled up on Hideout, this could just me be reaching, but the aura I get off them two panels is the exact same. Okay, y'all, I told y'all niggas, right? Okay then. So anyway, not even last week. That was like 2 weeks ago, but y'all feel me. But anyway, like, how the best way to explain it? So domain expansions, right? Domain expansions are the top, right? You go, if you really tapping into Juryoku, you know how to do a domain expansion. Open up this domain, this area where all your moves are, guaranteed hits. The area is yours. You're getting a stat buff. You're gonna be faster, stronger, this, that, and the third. But with the maximum technique, apparently, basically how it's being explained is that it's a technique that is the strongest ability of your Jujushiki, the strongest ability of your technique, right? So like Gojo, for example, I said Gojo, I meant Joe Go. It always gets me, but Joe Go, he did that meteor shit, right? Like he was like maximum meteor. So I guess saying the word maximum is the preparation for you to do the output, the maximum output technique, which may or may not be the same thing as we seen Gojo do against Toji back in Hidden Inventory. The only reason why I'm saying it may or may not is because the wording is just kind of different. Now, we did have a different translator because Stefan, bitch ass, is now gone. Stefan, aka Steady, is now gone with his weirdness. But yeah, that may be what that difference is, but I heard the kanji isn't the same as well. So yeah, that's just, I'm just gonna go with the whole, it's precisely the same, but maybe Gege was already playing with the concept back then and now smoothed it into what's going on in Shibuya incident. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. And so Brain-kun is explaining Ghetto's maximum technique and how he was able to do, like, take the high grades, or take, the curses he has, swirl them up, basically like that Uzumaki symbol, swirl them up, whatever, and then shoot out it all into like a grand attack or a grand technique from shooting out all of them coming together. And of course, it can be used either to get rid of a whole bunch of low grade curses at once, or him colliding a whole bunch of his low grades to get rid of them at once, or it can be used for him to use a whole bunch of high grades and extract their ability and extract the ability and basically do all this high output damage. Excuse me, I can't talk today, you guys. Lord have mercy. But just high output damage. So what's interesting is just because it's called his is called Uzumaki, and it's a reference to Junji Ito's Uzumaki, not Naruto. You guys, I've been seeing the Naruto confusion. This is not what that comes from. It's from Junji Ito. If you haven't read Junji Ito's Uzumaki, you should check that out. That shit is gas. It's horror though, so if you're not into horror, it's not your bag, but it's gas if it is your bag. So then next, basically we have which is really cool is Brain-kun, Noritoshi Kamo, whatever the hell we calling him, he eats the ball that was mojito, but then looks up and says, "You think I would have noticed something you sensed?" And I seen some people was confused about what he was saying with there on Twitter, but he's talking about Getwo. He's talking about Getwo inside of his body noticing Momo above him, and I guess he was trying to suppress the noticing. Like Getwo was like noticed it like within himself, but then didn't like was trying to keep that sense, that sense to himself. And then Getwo's all like, "Come on, dude, you thought you was gonna be able to do that for real? Like you really thought that I wasn't gonna notice something that you're noticing?" You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna we're basically, I guess he's saying we're intertwined, we're connected, we're gonna notice the same shit. And so that was pretty like cryptic, because now we know that 9 times out of 10, when Gojo said something and he grabbed, you know what I'm saying, he grabbed himself, Getwo grabbed his own body like that, and you know, Brain-kun started laughing, that probably woke Getwo up. Like I wonder if this was the first time, because the way he laughed, yeah, that had to be the first time, because the way he laughed, he made it seem like, oh yeah, because he said, "Mojito, you're wrong. Like the body is the soul, just that, the third. Even, you know, the dead, that's why I have the memories, all of that." And so I think that was the first time Getwo was like really woke up and realized what the hell's going on. So now maybe that's something that's going on the subconscious level in his body now ever since then, where Getwo is probably aware that his body's being controlled and used, which is a crazy plot point, because he even when he's even Getsu's even explaining the Uzumaki thing, he's like, "Oh, I'm starting to sound like him, I'm starting to act like him," you know. And it's like it's more of Getwo starting to unravel now with all of this going on. So it makes you start to wonder, is at some point Brain-kun gonna like ditch Getto's body? Is Getwo gonna wanna get his body back? It's just some very interesting things that could come down with that. Is he gonna have even be able to put up a good fight for that? So then continuing on, we have then basically the Kyoto kids trying to attack Getwo to no avail. We have Momo giving off the signal, young Noritoshi Kamo shooting off his arrows. Getwo was dodging all of that. It ain't nothing to him. That's whatever. I'm sorry. Miwa comes up from behind, and we get her nice little internal dialogue of how, you know, she was taken in by a mentor when she was younger while she was playing sports, and then she wanted to protect her mother. You know, that was her thing, protecting her mother. And she said to herself, even if I'm dying here, I want to, like, she wants to do something. Like, even if she no longer can swing a sword after this, she's trying to fight right now, which is a testament to how much Kokichi meant to her. You know, how much Kokichi / Mekamaru meant to her. She loved him, you know? And so that now she wants this revenge. She has this anger, like she wants to fuck some shit up. And I love that aspect. I love seeing those character relationships cause characters to move, right? Especially, you know, side characters, you know. But then Getwo, he snaps that blade. He has that Uzumaki cooked, and then he let it spray. Luckily, you know, Kusakabe and Yudahime pulled up, which is awesome, because Yudahime wasn't supposed to be in the front line. She was supposed to be doing some sneak shit. Momo jumped in to protect Miwa as well and yells at Yudahime, "You're not supposed to be in the front." And then Yudahime's like, "What did you expect me to do?" Like, he almost blew Miwa to like, he almost blew her to smithereens, even though Kusakabe's there and they did the new shadow style to protect them and get them up out of there. You know, Getwo is all like, "Oh, new shadow style, somebody who," ooh, that's my Xbox, sorry y'all. It's a new shadow style, somebody who you know, who has some know-how, you know what I'm saying, who knows something, you get me, who actually know how to do some shit. So I forgot my Xbox was off. but it's kind of crazy, like that level of camaraderie, right? Because you got to think, are the other Jujutsu sorcerers close like this, like outside of Japan, or like other instances? Like for Yudahime to jump in and save the student, I feel like maybe there are certain sorcerers whose mentality would be, "Damn, me we're about to get blown to smithereens for the sake of the mission." You kind of get what I'm saying? And so with that being said, it kind of just turns it into like okay, now we know that the Kyoto people have a really really close knit thing, even though we kind of knew that, but now we know like they really are extremely close knit, and it maybe not just be some Gakuganji higher up shit going on, like they actually have some genuine care about for each other. But continuing on, everybody jumps in, Panda gets there, next to Yuji, and young Noritoshi Kamo get there next to Yuji. Yuji's all like excited like Panda, then Panda's like, I'm a gorilla right now though, which is fucking hilarious. Speaking of Panda talking about him being gorilla, I still think it was some very slept on potential between Mahito and Panda running into each other, because Panda has multiple hearts/souls in him that change the makeup of his body. So I would think that would have been a really cool interaction, seeing them interact, and I wonder if Panda has some ability to subconsciously protect his soul because he knows about all of them being within him and him able to change his body. That would have been a really cool concept to tap into. But that's besides the point. We're gonna move on. We're gonna continue on. But basically after all of that happens, Yuji's outside the Panda, the Kamo, he usually says Kamo guy, like or Kyoto guy, something like that. And then they're all there basically ready for the squad up. And then Choso pulls up, and then they have the his heart beating real hard, real fast, and then you just are like, that guy, like, oh, the guy that whooped my ass is here, like, oh shit, like he probably thinking there's more beef. And then we get this internal dialogue from Choso where he's like, I have 3 parents. I have my mother, the cursed spirit that impregnated her, which that's a whole other topic. We already knew about Shorty, but just how, like, how? My theory is maybe there's a similar situation with Yuji and Sukuna where there was a spirit inside the vessel of a human and then he started fucking bitches. That's where my mind is at, but that's a whole other thing, right? So the spirit that impregnated her, and then the man who mixed his blood in with them, which why Choso has this blood manipulation ability, because he has this Kamo blood in him. He yells Noritoshi Kamo. Now some people were like, how does he even know this information? People forget that Choso and them is over 150 years old. Choso is over 150 years old, and they were sentient inside those little tubes. They were awake and aware. They said it. They said they were awake and aware in those little tubes for over 150 years. So who knows what information that Choso overheard or knows from being in that little capsule for 150 years? You know what I'm saying? So he probably know everything in terms of Kamo history 150 years ago, and who this Noritoshi Kamo motherfucker, he probably knows all of that, right? So it just makes me wonder if he gonna die here or whatever. But past that, he's all like, and basically he says, earn my hatred. So he hates Noritoshi Kamo. He didn't realize who Getwo was at first, and I guess now with all of this stuff going on, he's realized who he is, and the whole Yuji thing messing with his brain to add insult to injury, literally to add insult to injury. My man's is sitting here thinking he's Yuji's older brother, and he's yelling at him like, you set me up to kill my older brother, when the whole killing Yuji thing was Choso's idea. So like, it's a very like effed up situation for Choso, because mentally I feel so bad for him because he's all over the place. He has the truth and lies all jumbled up in this one thing, and now he's just acting on it. And so, Getwo says that little like that antagonizing line like, oh, so now you realize, Choso, like, you late on the pickup though, but hey, like you figured it out. And then Uraume, this is a Uraume stan channel. Uraume pops up with the slide in, and it's all like, back up, bottom feeder, like don't make me wait any longer. And then Choso's all like, get out my way, I'm his older brother, like I have to protect Yuji. I feel so bad for Choso, but because he's about to get his ass beat. And this is what's sad, because when Choso beat Yuji, Sukuna inside Yuji said, how pathetic of you to lose to this guy, a lesser life form. So to Sukuna at the time, he felt like Yuji should have been able to beat Choso. This is before the other 10 fingers gets put in him. He's at 5 fingers. This is before the other 10, no, 4 fingers. He was at 4 fingers. Then the girls put 1 in him, which was 5. And then Jogo put 10 in him, which made it 15. So he was 4 fingers deep. And I'm very confident that a 4-finger Sukuna would do Choso dirty. So he straight up is telling him, you really lost to this lesser life form. And if that's how he felt watching Yuji fight Choso with 4 fingers, what the hell is Uraume gonna do, who's this man's whole subordinate? He about to whoop Choso. They about to whoop Choso ass. Like, Choso about to get thraxed bad, right? About to get thraxed bad. So, and then call him a bottom feeder. But then Uraume said, I keep saying he, I think, for Uraume. I don't know if he's a he or a she. But Uraume said, don't make me wait any longer. So I'm assuming Uraume saying, we won this already. Don't slow this process up. It's time to go type shit. Because did Uraume just show up because everybody else showed up? Or did Uraume show up because Choso showed up and it's all like, okay, Choso, everybody else too little too pussy to even keep trying to fight. I can see that. You really gonna try to fight. So, like, relax. Like, I don't know. Or did Uraume just finish doing whatever Uraume was trying to do and then now was in the mix getting to it? I don't know. Because I don't know if Uraume is really even on Getwo's side. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know if Yuri is really even fucking with Getwo. I have no clue. It'd be really cool to see Uraume say something to Getwo after the Shibuya, like, so the way you did Sukuna's vessel, don't ever do that again. Like, that would be that type of confrontation would be gas. That would be a gas confrontation. But I don't know what Uraume means that they're waiting for. I don't think it's Sukuna related, but it could be. It could be that Brain-kun has this idea of wanting to get Sukuna back as well, or Brain-kun just evil. Like, this Noritoshi Kamo dude is just evil. And there's a chance that he's not even the original Noritoshi Kamo, because he said Noritoshi Kamo is one of my many names. He probably finessed Noritoshi Kamo's body. And that doesn't mean Noritoshi Kamo, the old one, wasn't evil. Because remember, our Getwo became evil, then Brain-kun took his body. Something similar that could have happened. The Noritoshi Kamo back then could have became evil. Something happened, then Brain-kun took the body and was like, okay, I like your ability. I'm going to take you and do all the other things, that, and the third. You know, it's so much going on that Gege came in swinging beginning of the year, and that was expected, though, so I don't know. You know, I see the Gege is just Gege. We're gonna see that coming. Gege just does not miss with that type of shit. Gege just comes in and does it and moves on. We do not get a chapter to January 17th, you guys. But of course, the channel is gonna come with some content in that meantime, between time. But if you guys like this video, as I always say, like I said in the beginning, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come back to the Hideout. We love you guys here. You know what I'm saying? We love the interactions. We love talking to you all. We love discussing Jujutsu Kaisen. So, with that being said, thank you for coming back to the Hideout. It is me, Doncho. Peace. Young noise.